Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It's February 5th, and we have some tomatoes that are ready to be potted up. So let's get into it. Now, we had the rest of our peppers that we had to buy seeds late. These were our Emerald Giants, and got them potted up. But now we're going to do our tomatoes. Now, you can see these tomatoes are they're growing like crazy. They are a little leggy, no problem. They was under their plastic cover, their little dome cover, while they made sure a lot of the other ones were germinating, and that caused them to get a little bit more leggy. But we're going to go ahead and take care of those, pot them up. Now, we do have some other tomatoes here, a few of our seeds that were old that said in. They didn't germinate real well. I'm going to give them a little more time. They do have some that's coming up a little late in here. Not that I need very many of these two here, but I'd like to have a few more of these, and I can see little ones just starting to pop the ground. So we'll give them a little bit longer before we start potting them up, because I'd like about a half a dozen of the super sweet cherry tomatoes. So let's get this taken. All right, first we're going to do our Cherokee purples. And this is the 5th, and these were started on January 29th. So it's only been a week. It doesn't take long for tomatoes to germinate if the seeds are good. Like I say, that some of them are a little slow because the seeds are older, and that's normally why the germination times are so different. Now we're just going to take this out of here. I'm going to take, so I don't have to pick up so much dirt, I'm going to take some of that away. Now, we're just going to get these tomatoes and separate them out. You want to, I think, did one go off in there? Well, we're going to make a mess here. No, I don't see one. Anyway, we're going to take and separate these out. And usually the roots will come apart pretty easy. We're just going to grab them by the leaves here. We're not worried about that having that extra dirt on there because we're planting them now. Sometimes I'll save one that's just started germinating like this if I need to fill out an extra one, but normally I try to take the best, and I want quite a few of these, so we're just going to go through here and separate them out. Now, I like to, anytime if I've got a seed that's stuck to the top or something like that, I'll take, and I like this here, and they're together. I like to go ahead and pull that off. I'll just grab the leaves and I'll slide that seed off of there, so the leaves can go ahead and open up, because sometimes they'll stay there and they won't come off. You want to kind of be gentle because you don't want to tear the leaves up. But we're going to plant a pretty good amount of these. Like I said before, this is one that we really like. If you haven't tried Cherokee Purple, I'd recommend you grow it. It grows well. It's got decent production as far as, and it's got an excellent flavor. So, yeah, I don't know how many of these that I'll truly want to plant. I know I do want to plant quite a few of them. So I'm going to go ahead and pot them up. If I have too many, I'm sure somebody would want the extras. Now, some of these roots, the long root, you might say taproot, but the long root might break off some. We're not going to worry about it because they've got plenty of little roots to start. And the way we plant these, we got this popsicle stick, and they got a V in it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use this, and these are deep cell trays here. They're nice and deep. And so what I can do is, with these deep cell trays, I can push this down in here with that V. And now, as you can see, this tomato plant isn't leggy no more. Now, I don't want to pack that dirt, but I do solid it up around it. And we're just going to do some more here. We kind of try to get the roots started in there, and then just kind of push it down and hold it so it doesn't slide out with your stick. And we get that root in there. We'll push it down. We want to kind of be gentle, but they will take some abuse, but we don't really want to give them any more than what we have to. Make sure your hole is deep enough. Just take your stick and you can put a little pressure on the side down there. Push it down and let her go. And it's the same for each of these. When you're planting, there's no big thing. There's no reason to make a long video on it. We kind of talked about all these different varieties. I'll try to link that video up there or put it in the description, one or the other. And you can have the information about these different varieties. And what we're going to do now, we're going to go look at those peppers that we have already potted up and how they're doing. And here's our peppers and what they look like. You can see they were a little bit leggy when they went in here. They're all stretching around each other trying to get up for light. And once they're separated out and they're planted deeper like that, they come in strong and they're good and stocky plants. They'll really get to be some beautiful plants. Now, this might be a little bit heavy on pepper, a little early. I might actually have to pot these up, but we'll see. I think they'll be fine in there. I'll give them a little bit more organic fertilizer so they won't be stressing if the roots start getting tangled around in there. But that's all it is to it. Getting your plants started, like I say, the best way is multi-sowing because it's so easy to sow them up into something bigger. One thing I want to say, if you're sowing your seeds in a plastic cup or something, don't put it half full of dirt and plant seeds in there. You're going to automatically really have leggy plants because what happens is they try to get above that cup so they can get to the light. So they're going to, that half a cup distance is really going to make them leggy. Go ahead and fill it to the top or get you a shorter cup. That's why I like to reuse those pots. You can normally pick up some of those at a landscape company or sometimes some greenhouse. They might have extras that they, when they pot up or something, and you can just reuse them. I haven't ever had a problem with some type of disease or something coming with them, but if you're worried about it, just go ahead and rinse them out. Some people use a little bleach. I don't recommend using bleach for anything, and if you are, make sure you wear gloves because the chlorine, well, it's not actually chlorine that's in bleach, but it can be soaked through your skin real quick, and that's not good for you. So we try to stay away from chemicals. I've never had a problem not washing mine out. I'll just give you that. And I hope this is helpful. I hope you learned something today. And if you want to see more of this, well, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and select all so you'll get all my notifications. And of course, give it a thumbs up and share this video. Enjoy that gardening experience.